So in this particular video, I am going to talk about the services for the authentication. We are creating some of the services to make the authentication process very smooth. So let's first and foremost we need to understand that why we are using the services for the authentication. However, we can utilize the authentication without using services also. For example, first we will understand that how the authentication work. So as you know that if user will provide user detail like username and password, then this will be get verified from the backend, and backend will provide some token. That particular token need to be store, means Angular what they will do will store somewhere in the local storage or maybe cookies and the client side. And now for the each resource, if the protected resource, for the protected resource, if required, we need to pass again that token to the backend for each request. So what backend will do, backend first of all check that particular token, and if the token will be correct, then they will proceed further with this, with the based on the request. Like if it might be, it need to be saved in the database, the data need to be saved, or data need to be provided to the user, like that, or maybe other operation can do. So for the each request we need to set the token, but somewhere we need to save the token, then we can provide for the each request. So for this we are storing into the local storage. Okay, so local storage or maybe cookies we can use. So whenever we want to store something, we can store at that particular method. Like suppose that this is for the authentication, so after getting the response, you just after getting the response on that condition, just store it in the local storage. What the issue? But the problem is that if you will do, and suppose you are setting some data in the local storage in the 5 component, because the Angular is the good choice for the big enterprise level project, and where there are lots of component can access the local storage data, can set the data, can get the data, and all these things. So if they will write all this bunch of code, then definitely it will be very painful to manage. If you will change, if need to be changed at one place, then you need to change everywhere. But if you will use the services, then through the services you can very easily update at one place only. So after updating or setting or saving or clearing at the one place, or maybe modifying something, anything related to the database storage, like session storage, local storage, or cookies, like that. So we just need to replace or update at one place only on that particular method, and that particular method will have a responsibility to provide based on that. So we will change at one place, and this will be applicable everywhere. Like, okay, now jump to the directly code. It's enough talk. Now I just opened some of the important tab so that you guys cannot feel complex. So here this is very this is a login, this is a login component, and this as you know that I already discussed about the login in the previous episode. If you have not watched, then I will recommend that watch that video, so that you will understand completely about the authentication. I am elaborating all this thing in a detail so that you will not miss anything. It is very important. This is the detailed video that I am making, so that beginner can also understand along with the experienced. Okay, so here as you know that after the login we are getting a response, and here instead of setting the value in the local storage, just call one method through the services, which is the auth services. Just this method name is set user and the token and the make login. This is the very basic method we are using. This method to do certain thing, like this method is doing to set the token and making the user login like that. So let's jump to the services and try to understand in the detail what is written there. The first and foremost, you have to understand, to using the services, you have to import inject in a component here in the constructor, because in the any of the component, any of the class, constructor is calling first. That's why this is the best place to create a object and inject something. That's why we have injected here, which is here you can see the auth service, and here is the auth, right? So now you have injected and you are utilizing through this name. You can give any name, but make sure that name should be like another people will also able to understand the purpose behind this particular service. So name suggests that this is related to something like authentication, that's why they will understand all these things. So this is very important to make the good name. Now let's go to the auth service.ts and try to understand each line of the code. So here these lines are sometimes as per the requirement you are importing some libraries and packages. So after creating, suppose if you are in the Angular, if you generate any services, you can generate the services through the ng generate command. After generating the services, some of the skeleton and the basic code you will get here already done. So this is the out of the box Angular is providing, and this is a very good beautiful feature that I hope that you also love it. Now according to the requirement, we will also providing in importing some of the library whenever it is required. So these things we have imported at the top. Now here you can see this is the injectable. Why this is an injectable? This is a decorator basically. This decorator tell the Angular that how this services will behave. So they will provide all the information related to these services to Angular. So this is providing the metadata to Angular related to this service. So here you can see that there are lots of variables are available. Property, if you want to access this variable from any other component, then we can easily we can access. Now you feel surprised that why it is behavioral subject, because it sometimes for the beginner it looks tough and there are lots of confusion are there related to this. Then definitely I am going to talk about in the detail in this particular video only. So watch this video till the end. Now talk about another thing. Now as you can see that here the JWT token user and is login, this is the variable we have provided. It means if you will go in the browser and in the console, then you need to go to the application and in the local storage. Here you can see that key value pair, this is the key and this is a value. The value key value pair, you need to specify some data here, right? Now you have to provide all this data here in the key value pair. That's why we have predefined the key. So if many times you will use the key token, then suppose if you want to change the key value of the key, then what you will do, everywhere need to change, but here you need to set, you need to just change it like, right? This is the one way. And another one is that suppose if you will open this auth services after a long time, because after completing the authentication, people are developer are not rarely opening these services because it's already done. So here if they will open for some cases, for some scenario, if they got some issues and they are debugging and then they open, then they will understand that this variable need to be this is the variable and need to be changed here. So no need to change everywhere. So they will also understand this, all the variable will be listed at one place. Now in the constructor again we have used some services. This is the local storage services. So all the local storage related stuff method are available in that particular services. So let's go to the local storage services and try to understand what is doing this service. So this service is setting the value in the local storage first, and another method is that to getting the value from the local storage, and the another again method is that to deleting or clearing all the data from the local storage. But here you can see that for Windows.local storage, instead of this we are storing this value to the ls is a variable name, so we will use this only, ls. No need to write the Windows dot very long code for this. And here for doing, before setting the data into the local storage, if you want to modify something, then you have to do here. You can do very easily. So that's why this method will provide you the flexibility. However, these things you can do whenever it is required, but this will give you much more functionality. Suppose if you want to save some data, user data, where all the name will be first letter will be capital, so you can suppose by chance you don't have access to the backend, you cannot do at the backend. Okay, maybe third-party library you are using, and in that case you don't have access. So in that case, what you have to do? So here you can modify, you can do something like before setting data into the local storage, you have to modify, like stringify you have done, and maybe you can make it any logic to change the data and modify something like that. So this type of functionality you can do. This is for the big enterprise level. Sometimes this is very useful. So the structure should be like that if you want to upgrade or scale in the future, then you will do without any issue. That's why you have to make it. Now you understand about these services. And router, this router is comes from the Angular core library, router library, and this is responsible to change the routing. If someone is logged in, then we will redirect to the admin route. Otherwise, if someone is not logged in, then we will provide, if try to log in, try to access any other route which should be accessed after the login. Then if not login, then we can redirect to the login, maybe logged out. If someone is logged out, then we will after clearing the value or data from the local storage, we are just redirecting to the login page also. Okay, so you understand these things here. Now you will notice that here this dot is login. What basically is that doing? This is checking the token, that token is exist in the local storage or not. So we have provided the key, and through this key, through this ls, because ls is meant another services for the local storage services. From the local storage they are getting the data based on the value and providing that this is the data is available or not, true or false this will return, and based on that here this is in the boolean form, we are providing that this is logged in or not logged in, something like that. If someone is logged in, then I will redirect to the admin page. And another one is the sign out. If someone will sign out or logged out, then we will update the data in the local storage will null, and also the variable we will do it the false, it cannot be a true. So this basic thing I hope you understand. If someone want to get a data from the local storage, then we will use the get user. Then we will get the user data from this method. Then very important is that set user and the token. Okay, so here you have seen that null passed, you have passed some parameter. So basically all the parameter you can collect as per your choice. You need to provide the name, and here is the data type also. Now you are accessing the token. So basically you are setting the token in the variable and the user into the variable, means updating, and this is I will talk in later, means in this particular video. Okay, so here in the local storage we are setting the data, means here you can see the token you are setting, the user you are setting, and you are also setting the information that user is logged in or not. So if you go here, then is logged in token or user, this is a key and all this value is stored here. So this method is what it is doing, that setting the value in the local storage. It is clear. Now let's talk about these things, this behavioral subject. Now you have a requirement. Let's talk about the requirement. Suppose 5 component want to access the same data, and if the data will change, that will be change everywhere in all the 5 component. From any of the component, if you want to change the data, that will be changed everywhere. So how you can achieve this type of functionality? For this, you can need to use this behavioral subject in the services. So here you can see that in the behavioral subject, this is the object basically we are creating, and this is saying that we need some initial value. So we are providing the initial value. Maybe initial value can be a null, no issue on that. Initially it can be null, but we are first we are from the local storage, we are checking the value, and if the value exists, whatever value it exists against the user key, we are providing it. Now this is the object user. Here through this object, if you want to change the value, then you have to use this next method, and through the next method, this comes from the behavioral subject. That's why in the next method you are providing the value which you want to update something. So if you will update, then if anyone are using this user data from here, from the services, they will get the latest data everywhere, that will be broadcast. So this is very important functionality or feature. So or also you will you can also make another method. Through that method, if someone want to change the change the data, maybe, then they can change from any of the component also. So they just need to call that particular component, and then method, if someone will call the method and pass some parameter, that parameter will be changed the value of this behavioral subject. Now if we'll go in the login.component.ts, you can notice here that we have used this method to make it login. So I hope you understand about the services. If you have any doubt related to the authenticated services, then please let us know. For your knowledge, I decided to provide you guys personal training. So if you are interested, then definitely let us know, because sometimes if you are doing the same thing at your end, then you may face lots of problem, and you may be give up because of the issues. So here I will guide you, I will provide you the best practices, how you can use the best practices to make the application scalable for the big enterprise level project, all the tips and tricks, and all the issues, and definitely I will guide you personally. So if you are interested, and let me know, I will talk about this further. So thank you for watching.